Today is day 9 of hiking the CDT. It's the 4th of July. This morning I woke up from my tent at the Looking Glass Hostel and went into the hostel itself to finish charging all my electronics. I wanted to make sure I was fully topped off for this 6-day pretty remote stretch that we have upcoming. I packed out 6 days of food, and I'm hoping to do an average of 22 miles a day to make it to Benchmark Wilderness, which is my next resupply point. Yesterday, I was feeling a bit down when I got to town. I think the 10-mile hike was a lot more challenging than I was expecting it to be. I was really hoping for a relaxing day, but the wind was brutal up over the hill and the mountain pass. And then at dinner, I went to Serrano's Mexican food and decided I would just take it easy, repackaging my food and having a little bit of downtime. I decided that I would wait until 7 o'clock when Brownie's open to grab a cinnamon roll for breakfast. It's one of my favorite town breakfasts to pack out. And yeah, now I'm on trail. These wildflowers are just... All right, guys, it's about 4 o'clock and I am 18 miles from East Glacier. The weather today has been great, but we do have some clouds coming in and it might rain here sometime this afternoon. It's forecasted to rain this afternoon, about a 60% chance. So before it does, I'm grabbing an early dinner. I have my stove set up down here and spoon, and tonight is mac and cheese with Spam. And then I'll get started hiking. This is another bear aware thing that I'm doing to help prevent grizzly bears, is eating far, far away from camp. So having hot dinner now, and then if it's raining and I get hungry later, I can grab a bar or two. The goal for today is trying to hit 22 miles each day. We'll see where the campgrounds line up and plan from there. All right, I'm in my tent for the night. It is just sprinkling out right now. I did just under 20 miles a day, so I have a little bit of catching up to do the next couple days. And yeah, well, have a good night, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning from day 10. It rained overnight last night, started around 6 o'clock and continued all the way through this morning. It just cleared up, but with all this tall brush, there's so much plant debris. My rain pants are pretty well soaked, and same thing with my socks and shoes. So we're just gonna go slow and steady this morning and get in the miles and have a great day. PT wasn't expecting. So this is the trail. Can you tell? No. There's a rock here right there. There's another one up there. You kind of just go downhill. And it looks like there might be a trail further off in the distance. So I'm following the red line and far out and see how we do. All right, I'm also hiking and I come across this fence that was built and thinking, oh my gosh, I'm just off trail again. I got off trail like a mile ago and ended up down by a river on accident. So backtracked there, point 2, came back to the trail. This was the red line, confirmed it was the red line. Can see that the trail continues and look at comments, and someone from August 16th says, don't know why they put the fence here. Keep going, easy to pass. So that's what we're gonna do. Also an injury update for you guys. So I was having some IT band pain on my right leg. For the past 4 days, I've been taking breaks every 2 to 3 hours and taking time in the morning to stretch it out and in the evening. And seems like at least the past day and a half, I haven't had any real pain. But then my left side on my IT band has been a more mild, dull pain that I kind of feel towards the end of the day. So nothing sharp and painful, but still gonna be mindful. We're gonna do the miles we need to do to get to benchmark, but then I think still take it easy for another week until I get all the niggles and trail issues out of the way when I first get started on a hike. But for it being week 2 and averaging over 20, I'd say we're doing pretty good. So that is my update. Good morning from day 14. Today's highlight is this Chinese wall rock formation. Super beautiful morning to be hiking out here. Partly cloudy, nice cool breeze, and beautiful views. Yesterday when I got to camp, I had my first bout of heat rash, something that I don't wish on anyone. Even though it was only in the 70s, I think just being exposed in those burn areas and having a pretty big climb at the end of the day just triggered it. There's really nothing you can do but just cool off, and it usually goes away. So definitely felt a lot better after eating dinner. And also the flies and mosquitoes were so bad last night. Definitely have at least a dozen new bites just from sitting at dinner away from camp. Normally on other trails like the Arizona Trail, if it was this buggy, I would just eat in my tent and not have to worry about it, but not out here. So yeah, that is what went on yesterday. Definitely harder 22-mile days with that elevation, but we made it, we did it, we feel good, and we'll go from there. And today we made our way to Benchmark. I picked up my resupply box, got a shuttle into town, enjoyed some pizza, then walked around Augusta for a bit before calling it a night in the hotel.